We had just moved here from Indianapolis, and we were a part of a life group at the church we were going to in Carmel, which was so impactful in our first year of marriage and partially of our engagement. And so we just knew that having community and people that we could do life with that were going to church and had similar values and could hold us accountable and build us up and be there if we were going through anything, we saw the value in that. And so right away when we were moving here in Fort Wayne, it was like, we're joining a life group.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway that I've had from life group and being in the group the past year, and actually shared this with our group a couple weeks ago, but just the importance of living out your faith, not just on Sunday, but throughout the entire week. And Pathways really emphasize that, and just being involved in your community and loving your neighbor. And that's just something that, we get to go and show up on a Tuesday and be with that immediate community of other Pathway families, and then also serve alongside them, whether it's at Pathway or out in the community, has been really impactful to me. And just like living out that faith daily and not compartmentalizing it just to a Sunday, but just living it throughout the week, whether we go out to work or wherever we go throughout, just like having that sense of accountability from the group too has been really impactful.
And I also think in your 20s, you're also wandering a little bit, and there's a fight for your attention every day, and there's a fight for your priorities. And so for us to be putting Christ first by going to church on Sunday and showing up on Tuesday nights with a group of people we get to do life with and be accountable with, and starting to serve and just look outward more, I think has been really great for us in our marriage and also just individually. It's funny because I don't really think of us any differently than anybody else in our group. It's not something that you had to be trained for, and Pathway does have training, which is great, but it's not something that we came to the table with a big skill set and a big energy. There are people that are older than us in our life group, and they are wiser in ways than we are, and it's great to learn from them.
Yeah, I would say for those who are remotely considering joining a group, or it's kind of been on the back of their mind, I would say first off just to pray about it, and just there'll probably be some questions that come to mind. And I think the new group launch is a really great place to go and to get those questions answered at a very low pressure environment.
Yeah.
It was really great just having everybody be in the same spot where you show up to Pathway and we're all in the same boat, and there's not the pressure of showing up to some person's house and wondering if you got the right address or whatnot. You just show up at the church and everyone's in connection there.
One yes to us joining and going to the small group launch has trickled down into a lot of yeses for us, which has been really cool to just see God take one small step of our faith and just multiply it more than we could have ever imagined. And for us, that looked like starting there and then, doing life at Pathway and then becoming members. And I'm actually getting baptized in a few weeks and serving in Kid City for both of us.
Yeah.
And our life group is now going to be a care community for foster families. And so just one small yes has absolutely grown into more than we could have ever imagined. And not really by much of our own.
And I think that really checked a lot of the boxes that we were looking for in a church by making it feel smaller and having that community where we don't just show up on a Sunday morning and walk out and not really say a word to anybody.
Yeah.
It's really nice seeing people in our group holding the door and passing out the bulletins and seeing Austin up on stage leading worship or helping out with worship. It's really great to see that. And I think just too, like, we were made for relationships. And I don't think, we're meant to walk this journey of life alone. And it's so much easier to do it with a support system that would drop anything at any time to be there for you, or at the very least, that's just praying with you or for you throughout the week. Just having that confidence has really made us feel so welcome at Pathway in life, just knowing that you can be there praying for them, and just complete faithfulness has been so inspiring to us. And I think we're just so happy to be able to have found the group that we did.